today I'm going to be sharing my favorite natural sunscreens for summer. So let's get into it. So I've already done a blog post about this, but I thought I would do an updated video and then accompanying blog post for you guys, just because I know some of my picks have actually changed and some haven't. Some are still included in this, were included in the original blog post. So I'll link everything down below for you guys. But the first sunscreen is my favorite, and it is this Face Glow by Graydon Skincare. It's not technically a sunscreen, it just has high amounts of non-nano zinc oxide in it, so they can't technically call this a sunscreen just because it hasn't been certified by the Canadian Health Board, I think it's called, or Health Commission or whatever. But basically this can definitely qualify as like a facial sunscreen, as again, as I said, it does have high levels of non-nano zinc oxide and it makes a great primer. The one thing I really like about this is that it has an air pump bottle, so it goes on really, you only get the amount that you need, and also it's kind of like a more brown beige liquid, so it doesn't give the white cast that some people might really hate if they're more tan. Just to show you a little bit, it's actually kind of dark on me, but that does go away. You just kind of like, here, I'm just going to show you, like it leaves a little bit of a like glowy tint, but it's not so dark that it like makes me look like whoa, and it's not orange either, so it doesn't give me a weird cast or anything. But you can kind of see it just kind of blends with my skin a little bit, but it is darker than my actual skin tone. But I thought I would mention this one specifically because if you have a darker skin tone, and like a majority of sunscreens out there are like white creams, then this is a great choice if you have a darker skin tone and you really don't enjoy that like white cast that it leaves on you. This one doesn't do that. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that it dries down to like a satin matte. It doesn't have that like shiny, like oily feel that a lot of SPF protection tends to have, whether natural or not. In my opinion, a lot of them just feel terrible, and they tend to break me out, and I've had this problem for a long time. I used to wear like raw zinc oxide, like the kind that the surfers would wear, just because I felt like it was the only thing that didn't break me out, and this is like one of the few face creams with just natural zinc oxide in it that doesn't make me break out. It's very like satin matte but not drying, and it just doesn't leave me feeling like oily or greasy, and no white cast, and I love this stuff. And it has a great number of plant ingredients and oils and things, so it's a really great moisturizer too if you want a product that is multitasking. But yeah, totally love this one, and I just wish they made it in a larger size, to be honest with you, so I've been using it for a couple years now. The next product I have is a tinted moisturizer, and it is the True Botanicals Everyday Sheer Coverage. This gives you SPF 20, UVA, UVB broad spectrum skin protection. I really like this one. You can apply it on your face, neck, and chest, but I never do that just because I don't want my chest and neck to be tinted. Maybe I do my neck a little bit, but not my chest. I'm just, I'd be wearing a different sunscreen. But yeah, I really love this one because True Botanicals makes amazing products, and they have really high quality, non-toxic, organic, natural plant ingredients in their formulas. And this stuff is just amazing. It really, on top of giving natural protection to your skin during the summer, it also gives like a really beautiful finish. It kind of just makes your skin just kind of look like glowy, and I don't know, it just, the finish that it gives my skin makes my skin look nice without me having to do my makeup, if that makes sense. And that's great for summer when like it's so freaking hot here in California. I really don't want to wear makeup, or if I'm going to the beach that day or something, like who wants to wear like a face full of makeup? I maybe do, but I don't. So this is the kind of like tinted moisturizer that I would want to wear. I'm just gonna pump a little bit on my hand to show you the tint. I have the one in, I think it's in light or fair, or shoot, well it doesn't say. I'm pretty sure it's light or fair. So they have a darker color now if you do have darker skin tone, but I don't think their color range is really great. If you're really dark, then you might need to mix this with something else, but I mean, it could probably still work for you. It just might leave a little bit of a cast if you're like super dark. So that's something to keep in mind. Hopefully they expand their color range because this stuff is amazing, as I said. So I've got a little bit on my hand here. You can kind of see. This one obviously matches me a little bit better. Oh, I applied it a little bit too thick. But I'm just going to show you because like the coverage is pretty good. And another thing I really like about this is that you're getting like a lot of antioxidant protection from it. So it's not just an SPF, it's like multitasking as like moisturizer and helping get you those antioxidants that you want. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. So basically what happened was the previous sunscreen I had on had like a weird reaction with the sheer coverage. So here's the sheer coverage really quick. I'm just going to show you like a thicker coat so you can kind of see. And you can kind of see that it totally matches my skin tone, and you kind of, the best way to apply this, because it does set really quickly and you can kind of tell that it'll get patchy if you don't like kind of hurry up and set it. It kind of like, I don't know, it just sets in a really weird way. So what I recommend is using a foundation brush, not like a sponge, but just like a stippling brush or a foundation brush, and doing it very quickly because it does set super quickly, and once it does that, it kind of goes tacky, which is really weird. But yeah, this is really beautiful. It's kind of just like a light foundation, but not. And it definitely has like very natural ingredients, as I said, and it gives a high SPF, so, and obviously the UVA, UVB protection, so that is amazing, and non-toxic, completely safe. So yeah, this is amazing, amazing, it's like I forgot to talk. It's amazing, and I really like that it gives that kind of makeup-y finish without me feeling like I'm wearing makeup, if that makes sense. It's really hard to describe, but yeah, that's like my second purchase of that stuff, and I really do like it for summer. So yeah, that's why I like using it. If you're the kind of person that doesn't want to go with a bare face or whatever at the beach, this is a really good option. Definitely recommend this one. The next one that I have is the Raw Elements tint formula, and it's SPF 30. And this is kind of like an even darker version of the Graydon Face Glow. It kind of reminds me of that, but it's a little more hydrating. And on top of that, it's a little darker. So if you have like a darker skin tone, this is a great natural SPF. This is broad spectrum SPF 30, water resistant for 80 minutes. And yeah, it doesn't sting or run into your eyes. It definitely feels like a tinted moisturizer. It is a little on the thick side. I'm just going to show you. It's a very eco-friendly pan here. 23% zinc oxide says, so it's pretty awesome. But yeah, you can see it's very dark, dark beige. So if you are more tan or just have darker skin tone, this probably will suit you more. I actually still wear it even though it's dark on the darker side. But it's definitely like way darker than my skin tone. You can totally see that it's like several shades darker than my hand and way darker than my face. But if you kind of rub it in a little bit, and if you wear it under your makeup, it doesn't really matter. And it does cover up some redness too, so I really like that. So this is awesome for those of you that, again, have darker skin tone or want something more hydrating than the Face Glow. I really like this formula, and this is great for the beach too because it doesn't like leak in your bag or anything, and it doesn't melt. It's more like a balm creamy texture. So it's really easy for travel, and it comes in this like nifty tin, and it's reef safe too, I think. So very environmentally friendly. Yeah, non-GMO, non-nano, UVA, UVB. Whoa, made in the USA. And yeah, cool. Natural product certified. Oh, and Leaping Bunny, so it's vegan too. Awesome. So yeah, oh, and reef safe, you can see the little symbol. But yeah, so I think that this is a very eco-friendly and natural option to use, and again, great for people with a darker skin tone. The next option I have is for people with really oily combination skin. Like if your skin just tends to get very shiny and you hate applying sunscreen because you're like, it's just gonna make me look like a ball of grease, and you just prefer not to wear sunscreen because of that, then this is for you. And this is the Jane Iredale Powder Me SPF, and I think it's an SPF 20. It doesn't say. But just as a note, this has titanium oxide as well as zinc oxide in it. So if you're against titanium oxide, I don't really care either way. But if you are, then maybe not. So just be sure to do your research. So the cool thing about this is it has a mirror on it, so you can just pop this off. It's kind of unique how, ooh, cloud of smoke. How it just pops off here. It has the mirror, so you can just hold the mirror up to yourself and apply the powder. I tend to not use these things too much just because it's not very sanitary. But what I do is I get like a powder brush and I tap the top of this with my powder brush, and then I apply that way. Or I just kind of like bounce it on my skin so I can get some of the SPF onto my skin, and then I, apply it with a blush brush. The other thing you could do, which is kind of messy, but you could do it if you were trying to avoid, using this little puff thing, is to totally untwist this and then just tap it directly into the powder and apply like a face powder. And you'll get the same kind of SPF protection, and it'll be a lot more balancing if you're somebody who just hates creams and you prefer powder because you have the oilier skin type. And again, the one drawback of this is that it's not like water resistant like the other one. So if you do go into the water, it's gonna wash right off. So that's just something to keep in mind. But personally, every day, if you have oilier skin, I know like my skin tends to get really shiny in the middle of summer, so I'll wear a cream sunscreen, one of these, and then I will apply this over the top just to kind of mattify like my T-zone. So yeah, this is something to keep in mind. This stuff lasts forever. I mean, unless you're using it like every 10 minutes, which, I mean, I guess that's cool. Then this will last you quite a long time. So, and this is the large size, so. Yeah, they have a mini too, which is pretty cheap. I think it's like 10 bucks. So you could always get the smaller one and try it out. But yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'll link everything below, all the products and everything. So if there's anything you want to try, yeah, all the products will be linked below. And for True Botanicals specifically, I have a $20 off your first order coupon code. So check the description below, and I'll try and put it here if I remember to do that. So. Okay, so the next sunscreen that I have is for the body. I tend to use the Kula spray, but I'm trying to get out of that because the Kula SPF spray, if you've never tried it, it basically isn't very natural. It's just like a typical sunscreen. It smells like tropical and everything, but it sprays on clear and it's very easy to use, and that's the biggest reason I've been using it for so long. But I'm trying to get out of that because I realized that it is not very natural. So I went out on a limb and started trying this Pacifica mineral sunscreen. It's SPF 30 broad spectrum, and it's 80 minutes water resistant. And this is like for your body and your face. And it's non-aerosol, so even though it comes in this can, shake it up or whatever, it's not like an aerosol spray or anything. I'm gonna show you. It's incredibly messy, so oh god. Okay, so you can see it comes out very like white powdery, and then you just have to kind of like rub it in a little bit. Boom. There. And then you're all done. So you would just kind of like spritz yourself all over if you were gonna go to the beach, or in the morning after a shower if you were trying to like put it all over your body, make sure you don't get sunburnt. And then you would just kind of like pat it in. It's very easy to rub into. It's not like something that feels like it's leaving a white cast on your skin. It's not something that feels very heavy or oily. It's super, super light, which I really like. And yeah, I like that it's a mineral sunscreen and it's not a chemical sunscreen. It's not as easy to use as the clear ones, the clear chemical sunscreens or whatever, but even those I still have to rub in. So this is a nice middle ground for me where I feel like I'm getting that like convenience of a spray, but I'm using a safer formula. So I really like that. And Pacifica is super affordable. I think this only cost me like $15 or $20. And the Kula one is like $40. It's like $36 or something. So I saved a lot of money going more natural. Yeah, and apparently is enriched with antioxidants as well, and it's non-nano, and they usually include like a lot of plant ingredients in their formulas as well. I'm not saying it, but yeah, I love this one. More natural, totally way more affordable. Pacifica products are awesome. If you're looking into trying more natural products, Pacifica is a great option. Most of their stuff is like, I want to say it's like $20 or below. Like most of their products, each one will be like $20 or less, if not way less than that, like $10. They're just a really great brand. I really like what they're doing, and they're vegan and cruelty free and all that good stuff. So yeah, the last product I have is also from Pacifica. It's a new discovery as well, and this is the Pacifica Sun and Skincare, I don't know what it's called, that Minerals Face Stick, and it's SPF 50. And I got this because I just tend to burn on my cheeks, and sometimes I just want something simple where I could just, like, I don't know, like this one, even though it's a face stick, which to me they tend to be greasier, this one really isn't. It comes in this, like, you know, typical face sunscreen stick or whatever, and then you just like put it on your skin. Now that's a little white, and then you just kind of like rub it in a little bit, and there you go. I can imagine that if you're darker than me, you probably have a little bit of sheen on your skin. But if you're putting it underneath your makeup or something, it's not really that big of a deal, to me at least. Or if you're going to the beach, you kind of want a sheen just because you want a barrier between you and the water, so that way the sun protection doesn't wash off right away. And this is water resistant for 80 minutes, so that's a big reason why it's like that. Again, it's broad spectrum UVA, UVB, and it's 100% vegan and cruelty free. And I believe this one cost me like $10 or something. So it's incredibly cheap and affordable. The only thing I don't like about this one is that it comes in a plastic container. I know that's like me nitpicking. Same with Face Glow and the Jane Iredale powder. But yeah, I'm trying to like lean away from all the plastic packaging of products, whether natural or not. So that's just, you know, me being like really critical. But yeah, I do love this one, especially for a face stick. It's very convenient. It definitely works really well, and it has a natural formula. And you know, I mean, as far as like natural sunscreens that are easy to apply and simple, I don't have to take a whole lot of time to think about how I'm gonna apply this. It's just very easy, and it's not so dark as the other formulas that I have to like kind of, you know, really work it into my skin. And it's not as much work as applying with the foundation brush as the True Botanicals one. So yeah, so I'm really enjoying this one. I'll definitely be excited. I'm going to Cancun in July with some friends, and so I'm really excited for that. I've never been to Cancun. I haven't been to Mexico since I was like 13 or something. So yeah, I just need some good options for that. So yeah, I'm really enjoying these, and yeah, that's everything I got. That's everything. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and a like or whatever. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and feel free to leave me a comment and let me know what kind of videos you want to see for the summer, and what kind of products you want to see from me, or you know, anything like that. I would love to hear from you to see what kind of content you're looking for. And let me know what your favorite natural sunscreens are, because I'm always on the lookout for something bigger and better, you know? That's just who I am. But you know, I would love to hear from you what your favorite natural sunscreens are, what's worked for you. And yeah, I'm sure everybody else would love to hear input, whether you have a darker skin tone, you know, darker than me, or pale or whatever. Please leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you. And that's it for now. I'll see you next time.